everybody, and welcome to another episode of Cruising Israel. I'm your host, Natalie.
And I'm Max.
You know, Max, Israel's home to 3 major religions. We all know that. But you know, there's so many other groups of people that live in Israel.
That's also true.
Besides for the Jewish and the Christian, you know,
You got
Muslims.
Other communities.
Yes.
Even ones that have their own unique religion.
Their own culture and their own food. So why don't we explore that a bit and go visit a Druze village up in the north. I think that would be interesting for us, for our viewers.
It sounds cool, you know. We don't know, at least I don't know that much about Jewish people.
Neither
I know they
do
do
I.
the army, and I know a lot of them live here, but that's about it.
Well, we're going to find out all about them on this episode.
Cool,
So,
let's do
go.
it.
Hi, my name is Nawal. I am a Druze woman, and I am the founder of the Heritage Druze Center in Osfia.
The Druze Heritage Center is the place to go for anyone looking to learn all about the unique and fascinating Druze community. Wow. שותים את זה ואז אוכלים את ה...
כן, יחד.
Wow. So yummy. It's a lot of cinnamon and sweet spices.
כן.
Nawal and her sister prepare the hot cinnamon beverage for each visitor, a welcoming gesture for those arriving here as guests to the village. There are approximately 140,000 Druze people living in Israel today, and the biggest community is located right here in northern Israel. Situated on the Carmel Mountains in northern Israel, the village of Osafia is home to almost 14,000 Druze residents and has been thriving for centuries. With a culture known for honoring hospitality and warmth, the locals here welcome visitors from all over to learn about their rich heritage and peaceful lifestyle. The Druze Heritage Center explores this unique community, the history of their culture, and tells the story of the relationship between Druze and Israel.
אני ואחותי רג'ה רצינו להראות למבקרים איך התנהלו החיים בעבר בתור שתי נשים שאנחנו גם דתיות, שתינו גם בוגרות אוניברסיטה, רצינו לחשוף את מעמדה של האישה הדרוזים שהוא שונה במעמד של נשים דתיות בעדות אחרות.
The tour around the Heritage Center highlights the traditional Druze lifestyle before the establishment of Israel.
As you can see here in the picture, first of all, you see the field over there. And what's amazing about it, if you look closely, you see that the women also work in the field.
Yeah.
Druze women. I think that they used to grow is a wheat. Wheat, of course, this thing over here. And as you can see, we have some tools that you use to spread the leaves and so on. And we left with wheat. That's the tools that you used to work with to grind it.
Were they equal, the men and the women?
Within the Druze religion, women and men should treat each other equally. So when you have a flour, you can make a dough, and that's what the women did also at home. They make the dough, and then when you have a dough, you can make a bread. And this is our Druze special bread.
Yes, I definitely recognize this bread. You could spread it with some labane cheese, which is right here.
This is what they used to do.
Delicious. They have it a lot in Israel, in the festivals in Israel, and all
Exactly.
these fairs.
This is what we call small mini taboon, if you will, and that's the way it used to be. This is a culture, this tradition, that's what we ate in the old days, that's what they continue.
Now, we spoke about the process from wheat to bread. What's next?
The next section over here, we can see some of the tools that women actually use in the kitchen, pots and so on.
Pots and pans,
Pans,
kettles,
of course, kettles.
the finjan for the coffee.
Of course.
You see that a lot too in this
Yes.
country.
One of the old things you can see over here is the iron. Old steel iron.
Wow.
You put it on top of the charcoals, warm it up, and then you iron your clothes over here. One of the wheat, other than making the flour, also they crush it, and we have a special dish called burghul,
Bulgur.
which is burghul.
Yeah.
So it comes from the wheat.
Now I see that the culture of the Druze people is pretty similar to the other Arab communities in the area. What makes their values or beliefs different?
First of all, Druze people, they have their own religion. Lots of the Druze people don't consider themselves as an Arabs.
In 1956, Ben-Gurion, the first prime minister of Israel, declared that the Druze people are a completely independent Druze community and religion. So today, would you say that the Druze people are assimilated into Israeli society? Do they serve in the army?
Yes, they are very assimilated to Israeli society. And by the way, the Jewish people served in the army before the existence of Israel. At that time, there are units, underground units, such as called Haganah. Haganah means defense.
Oh,
Lehi,
wow.
Etzel, Palmach. The Druze people from these villages here in the Carmel Mountain used to buy weaponry from the Arab mafias at that period of time, moving it to the Jewish settlement, helping building the Jewish settlement.
Let's talk about that bride. It's always interesting to hear about different cultures and how they used to get married and how the bride looked and what they wore.
The bride, since the beginning, this is the dress up of the bride. The only difference today that it got a little fancier and more expensive.
Now I see that
It's
she's
same
very
tradition.
modest.
Yes.
She's wearing long sleeve
Covering
dress,
all of it.
covering, the chest and everything. The more religious people wear traditional clothing, which consists of a white headscarf or turban and a black or blue robe. Badia and I then went exploring to check out the highlights of the village.
I'm gonna take you to one of the spots where all started from here. The heart of the old village starts over here. Actually, this village is about 500 years old. Starts with two families the first one who came over here, and actually they settled just behind this arch over here. Later on, gathered more families to these two, and became one of the biggest Druze villages here in Israel.
Now, how many people lived here at that time? It was probably a small community at the time, right?
Correct. Small communities, 500-600 people.
And today?
Today we have about 14,000 people who lives in here.
Wow.
80% of them are Druze, 20% are Christians, Muslims, and we have about 64 Jewish families that lives in this village.
When you
Think
say
about-
Jews, it sounds like Druze. So,
right,
So you said 80.
Druze.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
This is absolutely amazing. What could we see from here? A lot of different cities.
Right. Here,
Almost the whole region we could see from this spot.
the direction is northwise. To the left is the city of Haifa, Mediterranean Sea, as you can see as well. The arch inside the sea over there, that's the old city of Akko. Beyond that, we have the city Nahriya, and beyond that, Rosh Nikra, which is the border between Israel and Lebanon.
Oh wow. But I love how you could see half of the view is the city and half of the view is
the mountains?
Is the mountains,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Did this used to be a synagogue or does a
No,
Jewish
no.
family live here?
No, this is private Jewish family.
Jewish
House.
family? So why is the Jewish star above the door?
So we have 5 holy prophets,
Okay.
represented by 5 colors. Sometimes I can show you, I have it in the bag. Sometimes could be a flag like this one. So it could be a flag, could be any picture with the same 5 colors or anything with the 5 colors.
So it doesn't
Could be
really
star,
matter.
could be Star of David. This is Jewish family house. Now I'm gonna show you the praying house of the Jewish people, which called Chilwa.
Chilwa.
Chilwa means secluded.
Is this open once a week? How often is this?
The Druze religious pray 2 days in the week.
Each Druze village has their own house of prayer, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Sometimes you have 2 or 3 of them.
So thank you so much, Badia. The Druze culture is really a fascinating one. I'm happy we came here today, and I hope to be back soon.
I hope so. I hope you'll come back. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the tour a little bit and a little talk about the Jewish people.
Well, that was fun. I learned a lot, and hopefully the viewers out there did too.
Yeah, that was my first time at a Druze village. I don't know about
Myself as well, but you know what? I think we should explore it a little bit further by trying some of their foods, learning a little bit about how they prepare
Yes,
the food.
I couldn't agree more. Some of the best ways to learn about a culture is definitely through their food. So what do you say we enter the home of one of the Druze ladies and cook with her?
Sounds like
Find out
fun.
the secrets of the kitchen.
I'm hungry. Let's not wait any longer.
Let's go. Although Israel is a tiny country, its culinary scene couldn't be more diverse. And some might even say that the Druze cuisine is one of the best. So today we're going to enter the home of a traditional Druze woman to learn the secrets of the Druze kitchen. Hello.
Hi.
Ahlan. I'm Natalie.
Samira. Nice to meet you.
A great way for connecting with the Israeli locals is by tasting their food. And at this Druze village in the north of Israel, we found a way to do just that. Thank you. Wow. I love this bread. Amira is a big food lover with cooking skills which are sure to impress.
כמו כל בית דרוזי שאוהב אורחים. אומרים, אם אוכלים אצלך אז נשאר בינינו קשר טוב. חובז ומלח.
Now, you don't have to be Druze to cook like one. Amira and her husband will gladly open their home for any tourist looking to learn more about the Druze culture and traditions.
כל פעם שמישהו אוכל ואומר לך כל הכבוד זה טעים, וואו, אז זה סיפוק כזה, קשה לתאר אותו.
So, what are some of the things that we're going to be making today?
אנחנו נעשה עלי גפן. אם את תראי את הצבע שלו זה שמור מהקיץ.
Since Druze cuisine is very seasonal, you wouldn't be able to find grape leaves in the wintertime. Instead, Amira stored them in a bottle with some water and salt from the summer.
את יכולה להריח.
The founder of this business specializes in culinary tourism, which is all about exploring foreign cultures through taste, smell, and experience.
I'm bringing people from overseas into the homes of my neighbours in the Galilee, and they're actually seeing how the real Galilee is and how people live in Israel and in the Galilee. Now we're going to learn how to core and stuff the zucchinis and other vegetables.
Amira's love of cooking and Paul's food tourism business was a match made in heaven. Their relationship has continued to entertain and educate a growing number of guests from all over the world. Using a potato as a cork?
It's great, genius.
Wow. The visitors get a real step-by-step introduction into the Druze cuisine, so all of the cooking secrets you have ever wondered about is on the table.
I have tasted Druze cuisine before, but I've never really knew how it's cooked.
I've been to Druze restaurants and I like the food. I knew I liked it, but it always tastes much better when you actually cook it yourself.
לעלי גפן יש את שני צדדים, צד של חלק וצד של העורקים. כל אחד שיקח לו עלה וישימו לב. אני לוקחת ממש לוקחת צד אורז, הנה. אני סוגרת את האוזניים הראשונות לעלה, בצורה כזאת, ואת השניים ככה אני סוגרת, ואחר כך אני מגלגלת בצורת מקל כזאת. בתחתית של העלי גפן, למטה יש לי
Away.
עגבנייה. עגבנייה כזאת. עכשיו אני רוצה לסגור, אני סוגרת עם עגבניות כאלה.
She keeps those peels and then she puts the tomato peels on the top again, they add more flavour.
I learned a lot. I'm going to take a lot of things from here home. Some tips that were new, like putting the tomatoes on top and on the bottom, so to give it the taste and then it doesn't burn.
My favorite cuisines today was the nazale, the dish with the hummus and the eggplants, and I think it was the best.
Amazing. I've never tasted something like this. It's like very salty in a good way, though.
Yeah, no, it's you've got lots going on in terms of flavour. You know, consistency.
Very flavorful.
The consistency. It's a bit salty. It's a bit sour. Most of my hosts are not Jewish. Let's say I have Druze like Amira. I also have Muslim hosts. I also have a Bedouin host, and I also have a Christian family.
I loved the food. I really, really loved it.
זה העיקר.
I wish I could cook like you one day.
תראי, מעבר
יום אחד.
מעבר לאוכל, מעבר לטעם של האוכל, כל דבר שאת עושה מכל הלב, מגיע ללב.
Wow, Max, how amazing was that food? The
Delicious.
grape leaves was my favorite.
It was so cool to see the techniques, how she did it, and
Yeah.
you know, some of those tricks. I'm curious to try it at home. sometime.
Yeah? Maybe you can make me some nice dinner, Max.
I can't rule out the possibility, especially not with tips like those.
Yep.
So,
So the next thing on our list of things that we're gonna do today is another group of people that live in Israel, the Baha'is.
yes, the
The
Baha'is.
Baha'is, and they have beautiful gardens in Haifa.
Yes, the Baha'i Gardens. It's like one of Haifa's biggest, most well-known landscapes.
Yep.
But it's also part of the symbolism of actual faith that we should.
Exactly, and we're gonna learn all about it today.
Cool. I don't know anything about it.
Neither do I, trust me. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Israel is known to attract visitors from many faiths, but it is also home to some holy sites of the world's newest faith, the Baha'i. Today we're here to visit their strikingly beautiful gardens and even meet some Baha'i volunteers.
Hi, my name is Sarah Vader. I'm one of the 600 Baha'i volunteers from some 70 countries.
I'm Madeleine from Congo DRC. So I'm serving to the Baha'i World Center.
I'm Anushka Venkadi. I'm from Mauritius and I'm one of the Baha'i volunteers here at the Baha'i World Center.
Meet the Baha'i Volunteers, a group of committed individuals from around the world who serve the Baha'i World Center and Gardens, which sits on the slopes of the Carmel Mountains in northern Israel. According to the Baha'i, their diversity exemplifies how people of all different backgrounds can join in and work together. Whether it's preserving and beautifying the facility or managing the increasing flow of visitors, they all come here to volunteer their services for a limited time. The gardens here, it's absolutely massive. I could see myself getting really tired climbing up all these stairs.
Yes.
How big is it?
So we have 19 terraces total. It's about 1,500 steps going up or down.
Are we going to climb them today?
You're welcome to climb them up if you want to.
Most visitors here start at the top and work their way down. Doing the opposite isn't quite as easy, but I gave it a try anyway.
Whew. Almost made it halfway.
So I didn't make it to the very top, but even from here, the view looks outstanding. The Baha'i faith believes in divine unity and sees the garden as a symbol of tranquility, spirituality, and a sense of peace.
I think all of us human beings, when we're in the garden, we see the beauty and we feel uplifted, our souls feel happy. And therefore, it was natural that gardens would be surrounding this holy place.
The gardens surround one of the holiest sites for the Baha'is, the Golden Shrine.
The Baha'i faith was founded by Baha'u'llah, a prophet in Iran, and he was exiled from Persia here, and he designated that spot as being the place where his predecessor would be buried.
Baha'u'llah and his predecessor, known as the Bab, were both persecuted and killed, the Bab being buried in Haifa and Baha'u'llah in the gardens of Akko.
He designated Mount Carmel as this place where the shrine would be. You can really see that the mountain itself is quite important for various religions. So this is just adding to the holiness of this mountain.
Visitors cannot help but be overcome by the garden's beauty, and it's complemented by buildings constructed in a timeless style.
It almost feels as if we're not in Israel. I mean, there's nothing Israeli about this architecture and the structures here. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like an oasis in the middle of the city of Haifa, right?
Yes. I think it is. And when we see the number of people who are attracted, who are visiting, it's clearly a place that they feel at peace in.
Since the gardens opened their doors in 2001, it's seen 11 million visitors from Israel and around the world.
Baha'is are asked to try to come on pilgrimage once in their lifetime. So we have about 5,000 people a year who come on pilgrimage. It's quite amazing to see the diversity, not only of the public visitors that we have, but also of the Baha'i visitors.
Today, spread across the world, there are 5 million Baha'i believers who continuously inspire others to live in the spirit of coexistence.
Thanks so much for joining us and checking out a unique view of Israel here with us on Cruising Israel.
And don't forget to catch us next time as we cruise the country and show you the best Israel has to offer.
Bye.